us as occupational hygienists have been monitoring and assessing workplace health hazards all over the place. So vibration, whole body, manual handling, noise, gas, fume, noise. Once again, we did a lot of noise. Temperatures, extreme, like heat, cold, radiation, chemicals, manual handling. We just sample and sample and sample. Who of us has sampled to death? I know I have. We just keep sampling and sampling, and then once we think we've got enough data, we just go and sample some more. We've sampled many times by taking our clipboard and paper. We go out to the field, then we come back to our office, and then what do we do with it? We stick it in manila folders. We might even stick it in these folders. We might colour code it. We might put some colour indexes in there, and we might divide it by, contaminant. We might divide it by segs, and what do we do with it? Stick it on shelves, build up paper towers, and before we know, we've got piles and piles and piles, and we're not talking medical piles, we're talking about hygiene paper piles, and we end up with toppling cabinets like this here, and we don't think that for no matter how well we file something, that do we think we're going to be able to find it in years to come? Those towers get really unstable and they then topple over. The paper and files get stored on top of each other, around your desk, around the office. It becomes very stylish. I'm sure we've all had our wonderful, magnificent magnetic filing cabinets in our offices. It's like, Office 101 furniture. They then come bursting at the seams. They're metal seams. We can't help but cram another bit in at all. So what do? We bundle them into the computer. I can remember my first IBM sitting on a wooden desk in an office that was shared between 4 to 6 people. We created squillions of spreadsheets. How many of us did that? I know I did, and we probably still do, okay? We've written the spreadsheets, we've done macros, we actually then did statistical analysis, we completed the reports, we did nice reports out to departments, and then we stored all of that on these wonderful things here, on backup tapes. We started off on backup tapes, and for those who don't know, the floppies, and we're not talking about something else that's floppy, we're talking about these that are floppy, okay? We sent from where they went to bigger and smaller, we went onto CDs. We then actually physically went onto USB sticks. How many have got squillions of USB sticks everywhere? How easy is it to get data out of them? So easy. We then have lots of storages. So instead of the metal filing cabinets, we actually have plastic boxes, cardboard boxes. We have USB little cabinet boxes. Can't see the data for the boxes, the trees, the cases. So these days what we're doing, we now seem to have lots of laptops, tablets, we have our mobile phones, we go around, we put everything into here. In some places we might even be able to retrieve it. So let's put it up in the cloud. So when I got told initially that we were going to put data in the cloud, once again I'm thinking, gosh, how do we get it out of the cloud? Does it come out when it rains? God, I hope not. No, just jokes. So where does the data go? So it actually physically, the benefits of electronic storage is that you can get it pretty much anywhere. You can get it any time. You can actually load it up via any of the modern electronic data. And you can actually set it up so that only authorised people can actually access it. And they can access it in the cafe down the street. They could do it from home. So you can have a lot of mobile offices. I've got one person who has accessed their data in a tent on a camp stretcher bed in the middle of southern Ethiopia. So you can actually do stuff from all over the place. The workflows become simplified. People can share things around. You can get information from all over the place. You can store your hygiene data, your risk assessments, your calibration information for your equipment, your sample plans, plan for the next year. Put your samples in there, see how well you've completed your sample plans. So, realistically, what we're wanting you to do is don't hide behind the piles of paper in those filing cabinets. Free yourself. Come out from behind the storage clutter. Embrace today's technology.